If you're trying to figure out whether to invest your time learning Azure or AWS in 2026, I want to give you the honest answer based on what I'm actually seeing in the market and my own career experience. I'm Parveen Singh, Microsoft Certified Trainer and Cloud Solution Consultant, and welcome to Cloud with Singh. I would be upfront. I choose the Azure path. I'm not here to tell you that Azure is objectively better. I'm here to share what I have observed so you can make an informed decision for your specific situation. When I was making this decision back in 2019, I looked at the organizations around me. Mid-size enterprise, government organizations. I kept seeing the same pattern. These companies were already deeply invested in Microsoft. They had Active Directory, Microsoft 365, licensing agreement with Microsoft that just made Azure the natural next step. So I made a calculated bet on Azure, not because I thought it was technically superior, but because I saw the path to consulting work. Organizations need help with cloud migration, security implementation, automation, and governance frameworks. And all of this stuff is available on Azure. That bet paid off for me. My MCT credentials, my ability to work across Azure services from networking and security to automation and the cost management, these became valuable skills that helped me build my consulting practice. But here's the key. The decision is not the same for everyone. What worked for me might not be right for you. Let's talk about what's actually happening in the job market right now. AWS still has the largest market share, and that's the fact. More services, longer history, a lot of companies built entirely on AWS. If you want to work for startup or tech company, especially in the tech hub, there's a good chance they are running on AWS. But Azure is growing faster, especially in the enterprise space. And here's why. Most large organizations did not start their cloud journey from scratch. They had decades of Microsoft infrastructure already in place. When I talk to CTOs and IT directors, what I hear constantly is, we are a Microsoft shop. We have Microsoft 365, Active Directory, existing Microsoft licenses. Azure makes sense for us because of integration. And that's the hidden advantage of Azure. It fits into an existing ecosystem that most enterprises already have. And that creates opportunity in migration project, modernization efforts, security work, and cost optimization. Let's talk about what you're actually signing up for when you choose one or the other. AWS has more services, they have a head start and an enormous catalog. If you need to do something specific, AWS probably has a service for it. But sometimes that breadth can feel overwhelming. Azure integrates things more tightly. Entra ID is an identity backbone for everything. Azure Policy works across all resources. Azure Monitor pulls telemetry from every single service. These integrations matter when you are running production workloads. Both have solid certification path. AWS certifications have been around longer. Azure certifications are catching up fast, but both will prove your knowledge to employers. Here's how I think about this decision. If you're already working in an organization, look at what they use. If your company is using Microsoft 365 with Active Directory and Windows infrastructure, learn Azure. You'll apply what you learn immediately and become more valuable to your current employer. If you want to work in a startup or tech company in tech hubs, lean toward AWS. That's where those opportunities are. If you're building a consulting practice, think about your local market. What are the businesses around you using? I work with Microsoft heavy organizations, so Azure was the right choice. And here's something important. Once you understand one cloud platform deeply, picking up the other is so much easier than you think. The concept transfers. Pick one, go deep, become genuinely good at it. If you force me to make a recommendation for someone starting fresh with no existing context, I would say start with Azure. The enterprise market is massive, Azure is winning businesses, and there's less competition at intermediate level. A lot of people have basic Azure knowledge, but not many can actually implement solutions in production. And that's where the opportunity is. But if you're looking at startup world or major tech companies, AWS might be a better path for you. So the choice between Azure and AWS isn't about which is technically better. It's about where you want your career to go, what organizations you want to work with, and what ecosystem makes sense for your situation. I chose Azure because I saw the enterprise opportunity and I was comfortable in the Microsoft world. It worked out well for me, but your path might be different. The important thing is to make an informed choice and then commit to going deeper. Thanks for watching. If this was helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more practical Azure guidance. I'm Parveen Singh and I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay curious and keep building.